Hi guys! So I haven't posted in a while because I just went on this fantastic adventure and I want to tell you all about it. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer video because I'm going to explain a lot, give some tips, what have you. I booked a trip to Belize through EF Ultimate Break. They used to be EF College Break. They do trips all over the world, and I went to Belize, which was super fun. And it was an adventure, and it was super nice. Great. And there were a couple of things like I didn't know when I was going that I wish I'd known beforehand, so that's what the purpose of this video is for those people that just booked this trip and don't know what to expect. My trip was a little topsy-turvy because some of the people didn't get there in time for the first day. Like, they showed up late. There was flight issues, so they ended up showing up a little bit late, which kind of screwed with their schedule. So they give you an itinerary on the website that tells you like what to expect every day. They don't tell you exactly what you need every single day, which I was kind of disappointed about. So that's kind of what I'm going to do in my video. Tell you what you should expect, what you need, what you should plan on bringing, things like that. So you'll get when you book, I booked in February, and you can do payment plans to get you there. My trip, I think, was around $2,700 for 11 days. I think I paid $130 every other week, and I think that was about it. Don't quote me, don't do the math on me, I don't remember. But it was totally worth it. I feel like I got my money's worth. Because I'm kind of in that point in my life where I don't want to look back when I'm 40 and wish I'd done all these things when I was young. I want to look back and say, no, remember when I was 23 and I went to Belize and it was so much fun. So, alright, here we go. I got my flight information about a month before I left. And all my hotels and everything then too. Which I didn't like. I wish I'd known more ahead of time. But you can always book your own flights with EF. And so I ended up flying with Delta. We flew out of Chicago, which I live in Wisconsin, so we could have flown out of Milwaukee or Madison, but it was cheaper to fly to Chicago by like $200. So we were like, all right, we'll drive down to Chicago. It was me and my cousin and my cousin's boyfriend. We all went on this trip together. And so we left at like, I think our flight was like 6 a.m. out of Chicago, and we flew from Chicago to Atlanta. Got on a plane in Atlanta at like noon or something. I don't know. I don't really remember. I think 10 a.m. something like that. And then from Atlanta to Belize City. When we got to Belize City, my first big tip that I would like you to all to know is print off your itinerary. Everything. Hotels, flights, everything. Because chances are, when you want to know what you're doing or whatever, you're not going to have Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is pretty good at your hotels, but when you're not at your hotels, you're going to have zero Wi-Fi. Unless you get some sort of like international plan with your phone. Our phone company didn't have one, so we were on the mercy of having Wi-Fi. So when you get through customs, they're going to ask you where you're going, like where you're staying. So they'll accept the, sorry, I have a cold. They'll accept the name of the hotel you're going to, and so that's okay. None of us could remember the name of our hotel for the life of us, so luckily someone did, and we got through. I think it was like Lamanai something or other. That was the first hotel we were staying at. So then you get out of the airport, you go out. There'll be like 3,000 people asking if you need a cab. You do not need a cab, so don't look at them. Don't. Otherwise, they'll all swarm. It's insane. So you'll get outside and you'll see your EF you're your tour director or your representative. And so our tour director, his name was Randy. He was really nice and funny and accommodating and great. Your tour director will have a piece of paper that says EF, so you'll know where to go. And so they'll sign you in, just sign your name, they'll write your name on a clipboard or something, and you'll go wait for the rest of your group to arrive. This website says you can wait up to 2 hours. I think we only waited like 20 minutes because there wasn't very many flights coming in to Belize. So that was fine. Then you get on this coach bus. We were kind of worried, like, what is going to be picking us up? Are we all taking, like, ghetto-ass school buses? No, it was a nice coach bus. Which brings me to another point. Bring a hoodie or a sweatshirt of some kind, because the bus is either freezing cold or swelteringly hot. There is never an in-between. So layers are a must. And some mornings it gets kind of chilly in Belize. At least when we went. We went in December. So Belize has 2 seasons, a wet and a dry. They don't have like 4 seasons like the US does where it's winter, spring, summer, fall. No, they have wet and dry. Wet, it rains a lot, and that's from like, I think June to November. And then, like beginning of December or like mid-November to June or end of May or something is the dry season, where it only rains a little bit. It's like spotty showers, and then that's it. It doesn't rain like all day, which was nice. We got a couple of showers while we were there, but that was it. So you'll go to your first hotel, or you get on the bus and go to your first hotel. We went to Orange Walk first, which that was on the schedule. I think it was called Lamanai Ruins or something, or Lamanai Resort or something like that. And it was kind of nice. It smelled like raw sewage a lot of the time. Like when your room didn't smell like that, but when you stepped outside, it kind of did. I think it was the river that was right there, because you're right on this river. I think it was that smelled. But you kind of get used to it, which is bad, but you get used to it. The Wi-Fi was okay there. The rooms each have their own Wi-Fi. They each have their own router in there. And then the lobby itself, which has a bar and a gift shop in there, they have their own Wi-Fi too. And all your meals, or at least all of ours were included in that. They all made our food. And it was all really, really good. Your breakfasts are mostly going to be scrambled eggs, some meat, and these things called fry jacks, which are these little triangles. They're great. I don't even know how to describe them other than they're fantastic. They usually serve them with like honey or jelly of some kind. I made what I called a Belizean Hot Pocket. I kind of ripped them open, put some scrambled eggs in there, and whatever meat we had for the day, I put some of that in there, and ate it like a Hot Pocket. It was really, really good. Then, let's see, I don't remember much what we did the first day. I don't think we really did anything because everybody was kind of tired from traveling. But then I think the next day you'll do the Lamanai Ruins, which are 3 temples and a sugar refinery. You'll learn that Belize is known for their sugar cane distribution. That's one of their main exports. And that was really cool. Again, need a sweatshirt because you'll be on this boat ride. And they're going super fast. There's lots of wind. So girls with long hair, bring a hair tie. Bring a hoodie because you'll be chilly. Because it's lots of wind. It's pretty cold. And then bring a backpack too, because you won't want to carry your water bottle and your camera and things like that. So it's just easier just to bring a backpack. And that should be your personal bag too. Don't bring a tote bag or anything because backpacks are just easier. And then at the Lamanai Ruins, there's going to be 3 temples. There's the first, or at least the order we went in, there was this first one. and it's in like this big grassy area, and you'll be tempted to run all the way up the top, which some people can. I can't because I'm a short person, and these temples were made by Larry Longlegs. Don't do it. Save your energy for the second temple, because that one's the biggest one. That one is gonna have stairs that go up the back, and they're like normal stairs. They build wooden ones, to like a wooden staircase to go all the way up, so that you don't have to use the Larry Longlegs steps. I mean, you can't, honestly, they won't let you. And then you get to the top, and you can climb up the Larry Longlegs steps to get to the very, very top. Or there's like a little, like, you can stay down 3/4 of the way down, or 3/4 of the way up, and it's like this platform. It's pretty high up. I'm kind of afraid of heights, so I didn't crawl all the way up. And then you can go back down. Save your energy for that one, because that one has a lot of stairs. And then you'll go to this third one, which was my favorite temple. It was called the Mask Temple. It had, if you've ever seen Legends of the Hidden Temple, the face, the guy, there's two of those big masks on the sides of the stairs. It's really, really cool looking. Bring money for souvenirs, because at the end, there's this little gift shop area. It's like homemade souvenirs by the women's group, and it supports local. I really like doing that, is supporting the local people. So they're made, like, I think all the proceeds go to like the women's group or something, which was really cool. They have little homemade souvenirs and shirts and stuff like that. And then you'll get back on the boat. It's about an hour boat ride from the hotel to the ruins, and then another hour back. We went at night, and it was pretty sketch because the boat didn't have headlights or anything. And they said that it was actually easier to see in the night without the lights. But it was like scary for us. We're like, we're gonna hit a tree, we're gonna get stranded, we're gonna get eaten by crocodiles, we're gonna die. No, we didn't die. And then you'll go to Orange Walk town, and there's lots of shopping there. There's lots of shops. Look for ice cream. Look for ice cream. There's really good ice cream there. Another little optional excursion will be crocodile hunting. These locals that were trained by people from, I don't remember, some university in the United States, they actually tag crocodiles, name them, measure them, make sure they're healthy, and then release them back so that they can study these crocodiles. And then you get to hold them. Like, you hold, like, the neck. Like, when we went, we found a 3-year-old crocodile, and it was pretty big. You hold the, like, behind the head here, so it can't, like, turn its head and bite you. I mean, they, like, tape its mouth shut so it can't hurt you. But you hold it here, and then you put your hand under its belly like this, and then its tail wraps behind you. It was really, really cool. And then you can kiss it. I kissed the crocodile. It was really cool. And then, that was pretty much all you did in Orange Walk. Oh, and if they offer you, ghetto Pringles, take them, because they're delicious. Then after that, you'll go, you'll get back on your coach bus and go back to Belize City, and you'll get on this water taxi to take you to San Pedro. My biggest advice here is get a poncho. Unless the weather report says that there is 0% chance of rain that day, get yourself a poncho or sit downstairs. The water taxi will have 2 levels. It'll be an enclosed area either below, and I heard from other people that sat down there that it was really, really hot. Or you can sit upstairs, but you might get wet. It's like the wet zone at SeaWorld. The splash zone. So get yourself a poncho. And get like a garbage bag to put your bag in. They check your suitcase. Put your carry-on stuff in, like, your personal bag inside a bag, like a garbage bag or something, to keep everything dry, because we went and there was like a 30% chance it was going to rain. We actually waited a little longer to go because we wanted to avoid this storm system. We didn't. Yeah, it was wet, and we got downpoured on. But then once you get to this water taxi, it'll take about an hour and a half to get from Belize City to San Pedro. It'll be about an hour and 15 minutes, and you'll get to Cape Quacker. And then another 15 minutes after that to get to San Pedro. Then once you get there, you'll split up into these vans, and they'll take you to the hotel. From the hotel, you can either buy a golf cart to get around, which is about $55 American, and you'll have that for 24 hours. Or you can walk along the beach either way and go to restaurants and clubs and stuff if that's your scene. I didn't, because I'm not a big bar club person. I don't like it. It's a little too crowded and stupid for me. Lots of drunk people. Not my thing. So the beaches are super nice. The hotel, that one you're going to be staying in San Pedro, is called Caribbean Villas. It's gorgeous on the outside. The rooms are pretty plain. There's not much in there. 3 beds, and a bathroom, and a TV. That's it. Some rooms will have a refrigerator. Ours did not, but my cousin's boyfriend's room did. The Wi-Fi there is really spotty. Sometimes you'll have service, sometimes you won't. The hotel has pools, so if you don't want to swim in the ocean, that's right there. That's cool too. They have pools. But if you want to swim in the ocean, there's lots of inflatable stuff in the water there that's available. You can pay like $30 for the day, and you can swim on the inflatables, go down the slide, whatever. Like I said, there's great food there. There's a restaurant on site. It's a little pricey, but it's great. Remember when you're doing Belize that all their prices are, unless specified otherwise, will be in Belizean. I mean, you can always ask. But if it seems really pricey, chances are it's probably in Belizean. Because the Belize dollar is twice what the American dollar is. So if something is, if it says like $50, like I think we went to the grocery store and saw a bottle of Fireball, like a big bottle of Fireball, for $99. And I'm like, holy cow. That was in Belizean. You just divide that in half, so it was like $54. So then you, when you're in there, or when you're in San Pedro, that's when you're going to go snorkeling. I got this full face snorkel. It's like a big glass. It has a thing over your mouth, and it's all clear. You can totally see around you. And then a mount for your GoPro here, not up here, where it's going to be sitting on top of the water and bobbing. That's where your snorkel is. The mount for your GoPro is like here, and so it's all like under the water. You're not going to get any weird shots. Which was great. We saw lots and lots and lots of fish. I think I saw a lionfish, which I thought was really, really cool. We saw eels. I didn't see any nurse sharks, but another group, they'll split you up into like groups of 7 with a tour guide. Another group saw nurse sharks. So I know there were some in the water with us. I just didn't see them. We saw lots of jellyfish. Saw an eel. And lots of stingrays too. So there's lots of life in the water that you're going to be swimming in, and it's gorgeous. And there's 2 separate spots the first day you're snorkeling. You stop in Holchan. That's part of the reef. And then you go to another part. It was super fun. GoPro or a knockoff GoPro is a must here because they're great shots. Then you're going to have free time when you're in San Pedro. So have fun. Go shopping, go clubbing, do whatever you want to do. I liked just hanging out on the beach. It was super nice there. We didn't have a bad day there. It didn't rain. It was beautiful. I just liked sitting on the chairs and looking at the ocean, just hearing the waves. It was like meditating. It was great. Then you're going to get back on the ferry boat after 2 days. You're going to spend 2 days in San Pedro. On your third day, you're going to get on the ferry boat again, and you're going to go back to Belize City. And then you're going to go to San Ignacio. On the itinerary that the website gives, I think they go on a different day, but before we went to our hotel, we went to ziplining and cave tubing. I was terrified to go ziplining, but once I did the first time, I'm like, this is fun, let's do it again. The only thing I didn't like was all the hiking. You go from like the first one, you have to hike after the first zip line. You have to hike up all these stairs and go to the next platform. And then you do like 2 after that, then another bunch of hiking up all these stairs to the like 4th one. And then after that, it's zipping to all the other platforms. And then there's like 6, I think, 6 or 7. And then you're done. So it's probably about an hour. But it's super fun. I really enjoyed it. It's not sketch at all. Like, I was worried that they were going to just have us like in harnesses and, alright, you have to step off the platform and go. No, you like jump and you're kind of hanging but standing on your tiptoes, and then they kind of push you off, which was really nice. I didn't think I'd be able to jump off myself, so it was kind of cool that they push you off, which was what I needed. And then once you're done, you'll actually end up at the end of like where you began, so you don't have to hike back. Then you'll go cave tubing. These places are both at the same. These are both at the same place. So the helmets are really cool. The helmets are kind of the same. They have this like little clips on the side that'll hold the band that your GoPro head strap is on, so it'll keep it in place. So you don't have to like jerry rig anything. My best advice is to get some very good water shoes, like invest in some good water shoes, because because when you're cave tubing, you have to do like a good 30-minute hike to where you start cave tubing. And in that 30-minute hike, you have to cross 3 rivers and carry your tube. And so it's just to avoid being uncomfortable, get good shoes. You can use Crocs. They have some there for rent for like $3 American dollars. But I liked my tennis shoes better. I invested in some good ones. I think they're Rika or something, Rika. And they're like one of the best things I ever invested in, because they have all these holes in them so the water drains out. You're not like sopping through water. And then the insoles come out too, so it dries super fast. The helmets you'll wear for these for the cave tubing, they have lanterns on them, so that's really nice. You don't have to worry about like not being able to see. And then you have a guide in there too, and he's gonna pull you along, and you'll be split up into about 6 or 7 people, and it's really nice. He explains everything. Ours was super funny. He'll show you everything. It's super fun. That was like my favorite part of the whole trip, was the cave tubing. Then you'll get to your hotel. Before I get to that, the souvenirs at the cave tubing and ziplining are probably the best ones I saw during the whole trip. I got this super cute, it was a jaguar carved into slate, and it was about this big, and I actually got it for my mom for Christmas. And the guys there, they carve it, and then like they'll carve into the back for you or anything, like at no charge. And a lot of these people are okay with bargaining, like, I didn't, because I'm not very good at it. So I paid what they asked me to pay. Granted, if it seemed reasonable. If it didn't, I walked away. It's not like I would pay $30 for a magnet, but you know what I mean. But it was a hand-carved slate, and it looked like a jaguar, and then I had them carve my mom's name in the back, and it turned out super cute, and I think it was like $20, which I was happy to pay. I think someone paid $15 for one too, but mine was a little bigger, and hand-carved like on the back and personalized, so I didn't feel like I paid too much for paying $20 for it. So that was where I would advise you to do a lot of your souvenir shopping, because that's going to be like something that you're not going to see anywhere else. So the hotel you're going to stay at in San Ignacio is called the Log Cab Inn. It's kind of play on words. The rooms are going to have Wi-Fi, and then the reception area is going to have Wi-Fi. I think that's pretty similar in a lot of the hotels you're going to stay in while you're here. The Wi-Fi was pretty okay. The rooms were decent. It was, again, 3 beds, nothing special, and a bathroom. Breakfast was included in these, and again, it's pretty much the same everywhere. It's going to be eggs, scrambled eggs, fruit, and some sort of meat. And then fried jacks most of the time, or toast. If you can here, ask your tour guide to take you into town. There's great local food at places. We went to this little bar, I don't even remember what it was called, but it was really, really, really good. They have like some American food, some Belizean food, but it was really, really good. A lot of the American food has like a Belizean twist, so it'll have like Creole spices. So that was my favorite part, was kind of their twist on it. And then while you're in San Ignacio, you're close to the Guatemalan border. You're like 15 minutes from the border. So that's when you go to see Tikal, the big ruins. My biggest advice for here is save your energy. Don't go running up every single temple unless you're a super active person, because save your energy for the biggest temple. The way we went around was the biggest temple was our last temple. So I didn't hike up any other temples except for that big one, which I was okay with. You can see them from the top, or you can see them from the bottom, you can see the top, and it looked really, really cool. You kind of see a civilization one too, and it was really, really fun. It's tons and tons and tons of hiking, so make sure you wear comfortable shoes. Not flip-flops. Make sure you wear like athletic shoes. And you don't really need long pants for this one. I would say don't wear short shorts. I got a couple pairs of capri yoga pants, and those worked phenomenally because I didn't get like baby chafing rash like in between my thighs. I didn't get anything like that. They're cool enough that I didn't sweat a lot. It worked. Then after you do all your hiking and after you see all the temples, you get lunch. They'll read you the options when you're on the bus going from the border to the site. I got the pasta primavera, and I thought it was phenomenal. It was pretty big. It was a good sized bowl of pasta with lots of vegetables. I also saw some people that got pork chops, and those looked really good too. Just be forewarned about what you order when you're here, when you're in Belize, because the food is a lot more rich than what most Americans are kind of used to. So a lot of the people on my trip kind of got sick because, or at least there might have been a bug going around too, but I think a lot of people felt funky because their digestive system was thrown off whack. Also bring a water bottle for all these hikings with your backpack, because you're gonna get super thirsty. It's long hikes. So that was a big thing that I'm glad I brought, was my water bottle. I brought a Camelback water bottle. I know some people brought backpacks that had like the water pack inside and had the straw, which was good for them, but I didn't drink that much water. So then after the San Ignacio, there's also a monkey sanctuary, which was super, super cool. My advice for that one is wear tennis shoes and long pants if you can. And wear lots and lots and lots and lots of bug spray, because we all got bit up when we went to this monkey sanctuary. And there's fire ants, so don't wear flip-flops, because otherwise you'll be, your feet will hurt. So the monkey sanctuary was super cool, and you learn a lot about it. There was tons of monkeys that actually come down, like they come down for these people, and you can't touch them, like they don't actually like jump on your shoulders or anything like that, but they come down and sit on these branches that are like 2 feet in front of your face, and you're like, whoa, I'm that close to a howler monkey. And then one of the guides actually got them to do their howling, and it's like, that was a cool face, wasn't it? Yeah, so it was really, really cool to hear them, and it seems like it's so loud, and they're like that close to you, and you're like, was that a dinosaur? Which, fun fact, they actually came, when they came to Belize to shoot scenes for Jurassic Park, they actually used howler monkey sounds to make the dinosaur sounds. So, it actually did sound like a dinosaur. So this is a good place to have your GoPro or your camera ready. I had a selfie stick for my phone that I used, and it that worked great because I could either have it down here by me and I could just quick snap pictures, or I could have it on the stick and push it up and get pictures of the monkeys in the trees too. So it was great. So keep your eyes peeled for those monkeys because they're all over. Then once you're done in San Ignacio, you'll go back down south to the coast. I think we were supposed to stay in Hopkins, but we ended up not because it was full because we went during tourist season. A lot of people actually go down during the dry season to avoid the rain, so they were full. So we stayed in this place in Placencia, which was a great little town. I keep playing Little Town from Beauty and the Beast in my head every time I say that. It was this cute little area, very local, tons of bars and restaurants, some shops, lots of great seafood because it's right on the coast there. We were the first people to stay in this hotel we stayed at. I don't even really think it had a name. But so the rooms were great. Like, they were gorgeous. They were like little apartments. The rooms were set up like there was a living room, kitchen area, and then on each side of those was a bedroom with a bathroom. So we ended up having like 5 people stay in these rooms. It was 2 people sharing a bed, and then 1 person using the pull-out couch. And then there were other rooms too. And then the ones across the way, we also stayed in those 2. And those were also apartment style. So they had 1 room with 2 twin beds, or like doubles or something. And then 1 room with like a king bed or a queen bed or something. So it was a bigger bed. And but because we were the first people to stay there and they had like just opened, I don't think their Wi-Fi was up and running yet. So we had 0 Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi completely sucked. But we were right next to a bunch of clubs and bars and restaurants, so we could go there and use their Wi-Fi. So it wasn't bad. The hotels we stayed at were like totally beachfront. Like, there was sand. My favorite bar that I found was it was called the Pickled Parrot. It was really, really cool. It was this little hole in the wall bar. It was like a shack, and it was awesome. It was run by these 2 Americans that I think are snowbirds. They like come down from America and stay in Belize City, or they may just live there all year. I don't know, but it was so fun. We did Christmas trivia. We came in 2nd place. Go Panty Rippers! That was our team name. Stupid. It was fun. And then, so the food there was actually super cheap. Drinks were good. I had rum punch pretty much everywhere we went because the concoction was always different. So it was great. Trying to think if there's anything else that was about that place. Tutti Frutti is a great ice cream shop over there. Make sure you hit that up. If you're in the mood for pizza, there's Chachi's right next to Tutti Frutti. They have great, like, huge pizza slices. But you'll have breakfast. Breakfast is included. That's at Wendy's. Not the fast food place. There's actually a little diner thing called Wendy's. And again, scrambled eggs, meat, fruit, and Fry Jacks. That's what you'll have for breakfast pretty much every day. And you'll never get old. And then you'll go snorkeling when you're in Placencia too, although you'll go up to Hopkins. That's also where you'll do your cooking class if you sign up for that optional excursion. My advice, don't do it. If you want the recipe, I'll post it below. It was not worth it in my opinion. I'm such a foodie. That was what I was really, really excited for, was this cooking class. And it just wasn't worth it for me. The cooking class was not worth it. I'll post the recipe below if you want it. Or you can comment and I will send it to you. But it was pretty much like chicken and rice with this broth and horchata, which is like rice soaked in coconut milk and cinnamon. That was it. Oh, and this dessert, it was like these fried balls on ice cream. That's what it was. I was really disappointed in that. So save your $30. Don't pay for the cooking class because you're not going to do much. All I did was cut an onion and grate the things to make the balls. Like, I can do that at home. And all I did was stand in the kitchen and sweat my ass off. It was not worth it. So you'll also go snorkeling again when you're in Placencia or Hopkins, wherever it is you're at. And I didn't go on that because I wasn't feeling great. But from what I heard from people that did go, it was about the same as snorkeling in Holchan. So that's if you liked the snorkeling, you can go again. If you didn't, you got the experience once before. Then once you're done there, you'll go back to Belize City and you'll go to one hotel to wait the next night to go back to the airport the next morning. You'll go to the Biltmore Plaza, which is a pretty nice hotel. There's a pool on site with a bar right next to it, and the Wi-Fi is great. The rooms are decent. It's got 2 beds. They'll put a roll-away bed in some of them. The AC works in pretty much most of the rooms. The room I was in, it was humid all the time. The AC worked, but it didn't circulate the cold air, so it didn't get any cooler. They did not have refrigerators, so if you guys do the Mayan chocolate thing, which we did, don't buy any chocolate because you're not going to be able to save it. I ended up getting it home, but that was because I put it in the cooler. I moved it as quickly as I could from one cold area to another. I double bagged it. I put it in a thing of ice. For the love of God, when I got home, I threw it in the freezer as soon as I did. Just to keep it cold enough. So that was that. A couple of items that I wish I'd known before I went on this trip. Bring a big bag. Check your bag. It's $50. Get over it. $25 there, $25 back. Get over it. It's going to save you a bunch of hassle. I brought a carry-on size bag. And I'm glad I also brought a duffel bag because I ran out of room. But my cousin, who brought a big bag, a big checked bag, size bag, she did not run out of room. And there's plenty of space for her to put everything in there. She never ran out of space. It depends on your packing style, but a checked bag is always a better option. And it's not like you have to run out of you run out of room on the bus because they store all the bags underneath the bus, and then when we get to the location, you pull it off and pull it to your room. Headphones and stuff for the bus is a big thing because you can spend a lot of time there. So bring like a travel pillow and a blanket to use while on the bus because it'll be cold and you can take a nap. Bring headphones. You'll have put music on your phone or go to the Walmart and buy a $10 MP3 player or something. Something for music. Or I had my Kindle with me. I had books. I had a book, a couple of movies, some non-Wi-Fi needing games, something for me to do on this bus because I knew we were going to be traveling a lot. Be prepared to be on this bus because there's a lot of travel. There's lots of stuff to see when you're riding, but it's all going to pretty much look the same. So be prepared to take a nap. Bug spray and sunscreen are a big deal because, hello, you're in the sun and you're in the jungle. Lots of bugs. As far as any medications or anything, I would suggest bringing anti-nausea, like Dramamine or something of the equivalent, like motion sickness. Bring ibuprofen or Excedrin or something for headaches, because chances are you're going to get one if you don't have your stuff with you. Bring Tums. I can't tell you how many people ask me for Tums. I was like the pharmacy on our trips. I am so clumsy. I had a big first aid kit with me because I knew I was going to need it. Bring tons of Band-Aids because you're going to get blisters or something. Bring some Benadryl, like some anti-itch Benadryl. I also had Benadryl pills because my allergies flared up when I was down there. So that helped. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I brought. I am big into essential oils, so I brought I brought a tube of a blend from doTERRA, and that helped a lot too. And I think that was it. So this was a great trip, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. I'm planning on going on another one. I don't know where yet. I'm thinking either Italy or Ireland. Kind of want to do both, but money-wise, I gotta wait. So this is probably going to be a trip that I go on probably January of 2019. So I have time to save and plan and whatever. Maybe 2022. I don't know. But I hope to go on another trip real soon. So if you have any other questions for me on my trip, comment below. I'll post all my social media handles there too. So you can look at all my pictures. This video is already long enough. I don't feel like I'm gonna post any pictures inside this because this is already a hugely long video, and chances are you're not gonna make it through the end. But if you have any questions, if you have any, stories you want to tell about your trips, I would love to hear them. If you have any advice on other travel companies for young people, I don't feel like traveling with 80-year-olds or 60-year-olds. I feel like traveling with young people. But I also don't want to travel, I don't want this to be all about going out and getting drunk every night. Not my scene. So if you have any advice on other companies, down below too. See you later, guys. If you have any